we're just doing the prep. There's 10 minutes in here. Let's go on the old screen share. Let's share my main screen here. Yeah, so just doing meeting 94 prep. I have done this activity of asking about ongoing funding from Heroku and failed. As in, they will not give us any more money, but that's all right. Other things still outstanding. We are working on the multi-columns, categories, and other things. Yeah, I don't think that's been updated yet. Okay, so it's, I think, yeah, we're on the pretty straightforward meeting server. What I just need to check here, I've got two things that I've got the, I guess what I'm planning to show the client is we've got the staging server, I believe now has, yeah, proposed organizations. So we've got that functionality there. And we've also got now on the develop server, this is the new, the map set up from the Ichi and Jade we're working on. I'm mainly Ichi. And I guess what I'm just going to want to do, I might even push it to production because I know that the client is pretty happy with the workflow. But maybe we just start Safari, try and remind myself on the staging server. Continue. Now I should be able to, what's the process here? So we come into, there, we come in on Safari, we've got the add organization. So I'm not logged in. Add organization, okay. Okay, so what is it we've done? That's interesting. Do I need to be logged in as somebody? And did we create, who did we create on that server? Let's go and grab, don't need that anymore. Let's go and have a quick look at. So that's on the staging server. I haven't created any. I guess what I want to look at, if I go, what do I want? I want Heroku. I could do Heroku piece SQL. I guess I could just do actually run Rails console and look through a list of users. So I want to do that for the staging server and see, yeah, let's get into there because what I thought we've got new organization and add organization there, but this is logged in. I thought what we were supposed to have now that this was deployed was that this was going to allow people who are not logged in to go straight through and submit it. That makes me worried that what I was hoping was deployed to staging is not deployed to staging. Let's get let's check out staging. Let's get stash. Check out staging. Get pull. I want origin staging here. Yeah, no, everything is there. Get hist. Where are we up to? We've got the bug fixed in there. We've got the org sign up. It is in there. I'm just going to do git push, and I want to go to staging master. And I think what we have. Look at Heroku. The last thing there is 5.1D. No, it's everything up to date. So we have everything. They're only doing it for logged. That's very strange. I guess. Oh, the feature. There's a feature flag. This is the thing that's important to check before you sit down with the customer. Is remember to turn on the feature flags in the database. Right, we've got a feature flag. That's right. So here, and then I have to remember how to. Do we have feature? How do feature all? Okay. Right. So we have these two feature flags. Now I have to kind of quickly work out what is the feature flag that's controlling the presence of that link. So that's the wrong code base for a start. Don't look at that. Let's go through here. LocalSupport up here. So this is just going to be, I think, on the layouts, and it's going to be in the footer. So here, feature active. It's automated propose org. So what I have to do here is I have to turn on. You have to do feature create, and it's going to need to have name to be automated propose org, and then active to be true. Can I just do that? And it also fail. Is that because I need a comma? There we go. So now, do I have feature all? Yeah, it contains that. And if we come back to staging now, hopefully, does it now say, yes, it does. Aha. And we still have actually the old one. Okay, so that's going to need to be removed, I can see. But so now also we should have that. I don't know if you followed what I did. Are you comfortable with the concept of a feature flag?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
No, well then let me. This is kind of a common thing, is that as we're developing a new feature that we want to tell a test in production, but we don't necessarily want all of the users to see immediately. Then we have basically another database table, and I was just manipulating it here with the Rails console, which basically defines a series of booleans that, and you can sort of see here. Basically, we have in our ERB here, we have a question mark about whether a feature is something that we want live in the site. So we can have pushed all of the code that we need to run the feature. A feature as in like the user story, right? There was a big load of code, right? There was a pull request. All that code that makes things work, that can all be pushed up. But in terms of what the interface the client sees, what interface any of the users see, we can have feature flags, right, which will turn off on accessibility to particular features, if that makes sense. But it's not something that you have to worry about right now. But just in case you're interested, I think there's quite a good article on feature flags from, is it Martin? What's his name? Martin Fowler. There you go. Feature toggle. So if you're interested in reading about them, I'll pop that in Slack. This is the kind of thing like feature flag is not covered in the makers course, so you can sort of consider this kind of an advanced topic. But it's the kind of thing that gets used in larger companies a lot as things get bigger and more complex, and you're running projects long term, rather than just for a 2-week final project. And things like feature, he's calling it a feature toggle here, or feature flag, can become quite important. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will
Anyway. Yeah. It's a good thing, for example, and you could have like an example question, in an interview where somebody said, "Oh, have you used feature flags before? What's a feature flag? Why would you use them?" And so on. Not something you have to worry about right this second, but yeah, it would be great to great knowledge to have. So I think I've got that working now. I guess I didn't necessarily need to switch the feature flag on. I could have left it. It's interesting that says we've got add it. It's interesting. It says different. It gives different names. That's weird. Anyway, but yeah, so the flow would be, you want to do test on the staging server, where you can do test. I don't know. Put in some information. Like so. Actually, I haven't had a confirmation from the client about the meeting. I'm gonna just send her let's find the right email to send it from. Rachel, meeting link. You're right there. Oh yeah. Okay. We certainly don't want to encourage that, but we can, as we have been in the past, be flexible in order to meet our quotas. But yeah. Anyway, I'm in a meeting, so we'll talk. All right. Okay. So doing this. I don't know. It's a busy day here. Okay. So we've got there. Let's have some of our categories. So this is the process that the create proposed organization. Organization is pending admin approval. I wonder about that text actually could be changed to be a bit more. So now we come back to the admin view, and admin view will in here. Admin should be able to see proposed organizations. It's come in. We view the details. We can reject it. We can accept it. I guess I'll just do that. Yeah. So we approve the following organization. The organization exists. Yeah. So I think we have there the working one. Oh, and here is Rachel.
Hello,
Rachel. Hey. How are you doing?
A sneak preview of the meeting.
You did. That was just me checking that it all works before showing it to you. So it's I was just going to say, Ichi, always a good plan to just make sure that you're planning to show to the client is working before you show it to them. So we started recording already just because I was doing like a little warm up there. Everything well in your part of the world, Rachel?
Yeah, we're good, thanks. Yep.
Good show. Good show. All right. So and Ichi is here with us. She's been doing a lot of great work over the last week, which is very exciting, and we'll show you some of that today. Let me put it back onto the screen share. I've got the meeting. It's not too much out of the ordinary. Do you have anything to add to the agenda this week?
No.
Nope. Fair enough. Well, we'll get right into it. So what I did do last week, immediately after the meeting, was I got onto Heroku, who is our hosting service, and talked to them about ongoing funding. They gave us a small grant to cover a few months. They basically, very politely said, sorry, this was kind of a one-off thing. We don't really have a framework for this, and so on. So I feel like we've done best effort there.
Okay.
But basically, we've sort of exhausted that avenue. Anyway, we'll see. And I guess I will move on to the other ones. Sorry, go on.
Wait, well, we need to start paying them then.
So basically, money will start being deducted from my credit card in about 6 to 8 weeks, I think.
Okay.
So, and it's a relatively small monthly sum, which I'm I am happy to cover for a while. But of course, it would be nice to see what we can do about other sources of funding. But I know that you're actually a bit of a fund application. You're like a grant application powerhouse. I get the feeling like you're submitting grants every few weeks.
Yeah, well, not quite every few weeks, but as and when we see something. I mean, I think we've been very successful so far, but yeah.
Well, no, absolutely. Well, I was telling some people actually about how during my second year in university, I did the summer at I was doing astrophysics degree at the Space Power Institute, which is like in Alabama, and I was doing computer programming for them. And the way that I managed to get that was I applied to 125 different US-based, sort of space-related laboratories. I got responses from 2, and then I got the thing for 1. And so I definitely learned early on. It's you keep on hitting these things, and eventually, yeah. So I haven't really moved on to looking at the automated update of charities. I think really to make what I need to do is I need to reach out to the open charities people again, which is why I changed that around, and I haven't started talking to do it yet. We've got Michael has managed to resolve the database issues, and so we now have the functionality for the adding new organizations on the staging server, which we can show you today. We've got Ichi has been working on getting the map thing out, the map legend out, and has also been working on the multiple columns for galleries, but that's not quite ready to show yet. So there we are. We're into the usual review. So I guess because it's easy, I just on the develop server, which we're looking at now. We now have so we showed you last week, and you were saying you preferred the white background. So we've gone with that, and that appears now just I think only for the page, the home page at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I just know it's interesting there. I'm noticing. I wonder actually, Ichi. I'm noticing that when we look at the organizations there on the staging server, it looks like they're a bit
to the left.
I have to say I fixed that in my Are you still there?
Yep, I am.
I think Sam is not.
No, we lost Sam.
Okay, let me find. Yes, when I was working in the categories, I saw that it was so close to the map, and I actually did change this. If I share my screen, this is how. Can you see now?
Yep, I can see it, yeah.
So I put it at this space between.
Okay.
These are how would be now the categories inside of each type of category.
Okay.
And also I moved these buttons a bit down because it was also very close to the categories.
Yeah.
So this was I was working this week, and now I actually working in the test to make it pass.
Okay, cool. I lost audio there for a minute, guys.
Okay, we lost you too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes.
I was saying that I realized about that it was so close to the map, and working in the categories, I decided also to move this to the right and make this space.
Okay, and that's good. Ichi, what we'll want to do though is obviously it needs to be fixed there, but we'll talk about this afterwards if you can hang around. We want to do like a separate pull request just to fix this thing independently of the categories. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
But so going back to Rachel, but assuming we've fixed the spacing issue, you're happy for this to be deployed live, and so that will be pushed out. I guess what I should be doing really is bringing up doing it, rather than just randomly jumping in there. I should be doing this in the context of the tracker. So anyway, so that we'll have that delivered next week and hopefully ready to be approved. Another fix there, which I think will also be available, is that we have on the develop site. I need to log in. Let's jump in there. So many password remembering systems. I don't know what to do. Another thing so Jade and Ichi worked together, and they managed to fix this. Yeah, so it sort of said, it used to say super admin here, and it now says organization administrator, which I think is a definite improvement. So how does that look for you?
Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've sometimes referred to that as site admin, but yes. So that can go out, and then. So what we have, what does that link to? Okay, as an admin thing. So we've also now got on staging, we've got this ability to, put new organizations in. So I've just done that actually, in the back, what you saw at the beginning of the meeting when you joined us, Rachel.
Yeah. Oh, I think we lost you, Sam.
You lost me. Yeah.
You're back now.
I'm back now here. Yeah, we can basically.
It's always good to know when you have IT problems, Sam.
They're always really reassuring indeed that it affects the best of us. Here we go. Well, we've got like a big, I don't know, 80 people here all using the internet in parallel. So, so you've seen this before, Rachel, but this is it all working on the staging server.
At the moment, I can just see a sort of circle with an eye, red.
Oh, really? That's probably Sauron. He sometimes joins the meetings occasionally. I wonder if my screen share has failed.
Oh no, I've got it back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I just submitted the, a test organization as a non-logged-in user, and so here on the staging server, I can go to the proposed organizations, and that was test 2. I can view the details of that and accept or reject that. I just accept the previous one. Let's reject that. That goes away. There's no notification at the moment, so we probably won't take this live, or at least we won't promote it. Like basically, we can turn on and off having this link here with the new organization. But if we go now back to the homepage, we should see that test 2 is not in there, but the one that I created earlier is. So, I mean, that's basically the flow there. Just to confirm, you're happy with that flow?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we, yeah, we'll get that out and make sure that it works on production, and then we'll follow through with the other bits and pieces that you were requesting. We've got, changing the sign up form slightly and getting the email alerts in there as well. Yeah, so that's all present and correct. So yeah, I mean, I guess we can actually click finish on this feature, and then it's now ready to deliver. Yeah, there we go. I think that's about the size of it. Should have new stuff on the website soon. Ichi, and with a little help from me, we've been working on the display categories in 3 columns, and we'll carry on working. But that's about the size of it, I think. As long as so that the following on priorities are, once we've done it for the display of the categories, we're going to do it for the edit of the categories, and then there's these couple of other things that are next, which are email notifications and making sure that we can actually support. Whereas, like if we're editing here and you add some email, that this person would automatically be created in the system, they'd automatically be invited in.
Okay.
So as long as you're happy with that workflow, then
That's good.
That's today. Anything else we need to worry about or sort out, or?
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right.
Highly efficient. Great. Well,
Thank you. Bye. See you next week.
Same time next week. Thanks, Rachel.
Okay.
Ichi, stay around and we'll look at that spacing issue. All right. Bye for now, Rachel. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, so yeah, what I was saying before, Ichi, is yes, it might be tempting to kind of, like you noticed that spacing issue in the working on the categories feature, and it might be tempting to fix that there in the categories feature, and then say, right, we'll roll it out as part of the categories feature. But the downside of that is that it might end up taking quite a long time to get the categories feature to finish. So we don't want kind of to have the rolling out of the map legend feature to be dependent on completing the category feature. And we'd also like to be able to, if there are issues with any one thing, we'd like to be able to roll them back independently. And so in order to do that, we want to make sure that they are, I mean, we can, that as long as you do separate commits, they can still be rolled back independently. But if that commit related to the spacing is mixed in with different commits from the categories thing, then it can be difficult to separate them. So what I would recommend, if it's something that, and probably I would, if I was in your situation, what I would be tempted to do is pause working on the categories feature, because at the moment that spacing issue is preventing us releasing the map legend. So what I would be tempted to do is to go back to my map legend branch, which I think you've got one locally, right, on your map legend branch.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen and go to your map legend branch? What about it? Give me 2 minutes now. Okay. So you can find your command line terminal?
I have this problem. I think it's Hangouts problems that the apps start to stop working. They are open, but the windows disappear.
Okay.
So I had to close it and open again to make it work.
Okay. Okay. Did you have more than one monitor?
No, I have just one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked during the course of makers to everyone, and no one happened. This is just to me. So
yeah. Anyhow, so we're going to get status there. Before just
yeah.
So you're kind of in the middle of working on something there for the charity page feature. So I would commit that first, probably on that branch.
Okay.
Are you guys having a stand-up? I can be there in like 3 minutes. Anyway, I'll be there in 3. But okay, so there. I think you've got like a tick M.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Control C. Yeah. Yeah. So hit up, yeah, and then go. The thing is, you've now got a quit on the end of it. Control E.
Okay.
And CI will do commit for you there, will it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So now git status again. Yeah. And so if you now go git checkout map legend, then you hit tab. Have you got tab completion on that? Looks like you did. I don't know. Yeah. What I would do here is, so the idea is that we're in map legend. As you can imagine, we can potentially just add, we can do the fix in this branch. But before we do that, the critical step is to do git pull upstream develop. So this branch, since we've still got it hanging around, could have got out of sync with some other things that were pulled into develop. So we want to make sure before we do any additional work on it that we get those. We'll see if there's, and so actually there was stuff. So yeah, that's exactly right. WQ return. So what that is now there was some like additional stuff that was probably from the super admin bug fix and maybe some other stuff that's now in there. I mean, in some ways, in this project, it's got a bit messy in that we've let the branches hang around for educational purposes, so that for all of the different videos that we have, people can go and see the branches. I think in real projects, we should generally be deleting the branches. But anyway, this is an educational project. So now that Map Legend there is up to date, if you wanted to go in and start fixing things, you'd now want to run all of the tests here. So you want to run bundle and bundle exec. You can just do bundle exec because it'll tell you if you need to do bundle exec rake spec, and check that everything's green. And then this is just purely a stylistic issue, so there's no need to write any new tests. But assuming everything's green, then you go ahead and try fixing it in here, commit that, push that back to the Map Legend branch, and then open a pull request specifically for that, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, excellent. All right, well, if it's all right with you, I will just slip off into another stand-up, and if you've got any questions or anything that's all going forward, I will help you out in Slack. But I'll also be available at 3:45 if there's anything more troubling.
Okay. Just I want to let you know that this afternoon I have to work in the coffee shop, and and tomorrow I won't be available because I'm going to this BBC Tech Women Tech.
Cool. No, not a problem at all. Yeah.
And I need to print in the morning I need to get ready printing the CVs and these kind of things, and then it's gonna start at 3.
That all sounds just fine. We maybe do a text stand up just in Slack at 3:45 if you're in the coffee shop. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And I think to the extent that you feel like you're learning good stuff here, do evangelize to your fellow Roniners and Maker students and say, come and join us, because there's great learning going on here. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. All right.
All right.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.